Hog Wild's been going on, it's been the same name since 1990. Tim Spellings, I think, started this at the depot just next door. There's 30 teams here today, and they have a backyard division. I think there's 6 teams in it today. A lot of us, like, we should do this every month. So some of these teams come back, and this is something that's our hometown. You come visit us, and then the local teams, we're all together all the time, and then we it's like a big tailgate party.
The reason we come back to Hog Wild is because of the camaraderie, the fun, and the competition. But one of the things I do to help some of these guys out is our local meat market that supplies a lot of the meats. I call and use a different name and order their meat, and I have them go ahead and marinate it with buttermilk and kerosene. So that always helps us a little bit, because when they pick it up, they have to wait on some new meat.
It's our team's Twist and Snout. We have 2 other members, Cotton and Terry. Cotton did the shoulders, and Terry did the ribs and chicken, and I do the brisket. The brisket and the shoulders cooked. We put them on at 12 last night. We'll take them off about 9:30 or 10 this morning. We'll wrap them, put them in a warmer, and then we put the chicken and the ribs on this morning at 8. And they'll come off about 11:30. You give them time to sit and rest, get the juices in, and get ready for judging.
So that's when you know it's done, when the bone falls off of it.
Terry is a mortician by day.
Before I had a place to actually do my barbecue, I would pull my equipment behind the funeral home and cook there during the day until I got so many guys in town that would kid me and tell me when they drive by the funeral home, if they saw smoke, they wanted to know if I was running a crematory or a barbecue.
And the Cotton makes our sauce, and it's so good, we'll sneak around and put it on your forehead sometimes, and you'll knock yourself out with your tongue slapping your head so much. I'll tell you about our secret recipe, but the key word secret. So you know, that's saying I'd have to key if I tell you. I'll say there's a lot of good spices in it. That's all I'll tell you.
Well, my name's Doug Fowle. This is my mother, Maxine Fowle. We cook with the cooking team, pigging and grinning.
He's pigging and I'm grinning.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest barbecue. And they all know me.
Banging, they're out of.
Where's Joe? And they either call me Mom or Shaky Fruity. And I love it. All these guys out here hug me, and that's what I come for.
For the competition today, you cook 4 categories: cooking chicken, ribs, pork butt, and brisket. And in the Kansas City circuit, we've asked the reps, you know, how do you win? What takes it to win? And they say just get something you like that you're happy with, and go with it.
For rituals before we do our turn-ins, of course, we all give the old spud up bump.
Come on, boys, we're gonna do it.
But then we got a little lucky rubber pig, and everybody rubs the little rubber pig, you know, before we take it up. Anything that'll help, we're all for it.
At turn-in time, usually around lunch, everyone takes their food to be turned in for judging.
You have to judge them for appearance when they bring it in the box. You judge for tenderness, and you judge for taste. At first, you start eating a little bit and you think, well, you know, I've got to judge some ribs and pork and some brisket, so you say, well, I'm not going to eat quite so much chicken. Hey, if y'all got a to-go box, I can put my extra in, because I've taken a bite of this chicken, but it's pretty good and I want to keep it. And then you get the ribs and they go to tasting pretty good. Like today, I just ate all my ribs. I didn't just get a bite off all of them because they were good. Then the pork comes and you're beginning to get a little full, you know, so pork comes up and you got to slack off a little bit, and then you got to thinking, well, I've got chicken in the bag that I'm saving for later, and I don't know if I want to save all this pork or not. And then I get to the brisket, which is my favorite, it's the brisket, and I'm done already pretty full by that time, and then I didn't save any of it. I ate the pieces that were good, and the rest of it I just chunked. After all the score sheets are tabulated, they're turned into the scorekeeper, the Kansas City rep, and they tabulate them, and the highest score goes in each category. And then the overall highest point total gets to be the grand champion.
And our grand champion, Hog Wild, goes to House of Q.
Full-time job is off supply company here. The barbecue business you can't make money at, but everybody has to eat, and that's what we enjoy doing, so that's why we picked that hobby.
And we're just fortunate when we can come out and do this. Great weather, good times, and that's what we love here in the South.
You start with brown sugar in a bowl, and you just figure it out from there.